Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dragon Ball Z League Season 2022 Capsule Cast Preseason Week 3 edition. I'm your host, DoorGuard, with my lovely co-host, Destiny.
Hello.
And, of course, we just have much more of the cast members in for preseason. Got my lovely friend and new member, Anthony.
Hello.
And, of course, the old but gold and slightly green man himself, Oasis.
What up?
And yeah, there we go. You guys ready? It was an interesting week.
Yes,
Stuff
sir.
happened, I presume. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
Otherwise, why
Yeah,
are we doing that?
I wasn't there either, but
Hey, me neither.
Hey. All right, Oasis, you're our head scouter on this. Well, starting us off in match one, we had Bujins and Cold Kingdom. Good game for Cold Kingdom, getting their first win of the preseason, which I think is one more win than they had if you combine this preseason and last preseason.
yeah, it is. They were both both seasons they were 0-4.
Now, I do know, because I talk with X-Matt all the time, the coach of Cold, that both of us were not maybe going in with our most optimal builds. We were still doing a little bit of a kind of test run, trial run. We've been doing lots of testing with that, so not exactly like either team coming out with their full power stuff, but nevertheless, their lineup certainly popped off a lot better, though Kid Buu pulling an air lead at 83,000. And of course, the characters you'd expect to do well, like Buhan doing well. Same with Cold, pretty much everybody but Mecha doing well, but that's because Mecha... I think Mecha got ult. He was part of the reason Kid Buu did so well, is he just kind of got destroyed. I think he just kept missing ults.
I know Mecha came back in to finish the match though.
Yeah, I think he went in, got down to one bar, then went out. So overall, like when looking at this match, both teams showing why they're strong and that they still have their weak spots. I think one of the biggest things to note is that a lot of people have been very skeptical on the Zarbon decision. You know, Monster Zarbon, quite scary, has all that grab power, but obviously not really going with that, going with base Zarbon this year to get a little build flexibility, because King Cold's been kind of awkward. So
He's been up and down, up and down. Yo, I want to talk about Mr. Spopovich over there. I think there's some hidden potential in him, Door, that you're not using right now. And I just wanted to bring it up to your attention right here, right now. Where is Super Plus 2 Unleash Latent Power?
So we seem to have had someone disconnect. It is not me muting. It is a pure disconnect. Unfortunate. Storms are raging. You know how weather is.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll repeat it for him. Where is Super Plus 2 Unleashed Latent Energy on Spopovich?
It's next to Tambourine.
Oh. Yeah, where's a pool? Where's a pool? I'm using my FA. I'm wondering where Bujin's FA is at.
Yeah, I wonder why
you're
you're
this
using
week.
FA.
Builds aren't done being submitted yet as of recording. Pool could still make his appearance. Maybe he's on Super Plus 2. Oh?
Maybe,
Oh?
okay.
Oh.
Maybe he has the tech that you were thinking for Spoke.
Yeah, maybe you were putting your thing in the wrong court there. We did try other stuff on Spopovich, but that be how he be. He do punch.
He do punch, and if he punch well, he punch well.
That's pretty much it. Yeah. And I could say the same about Android 16, but then again, I would say you guys should just maybe use him and stop putting in this weird like fake Android 16 that you keep putting in.
I come to Bujin's with ideas. They come to tear our team down.
Why do you have a guy cosplaying as Android 16 on the field? That's all I'm asking.
We were subbing in Raccoon this week, so that's why.
So what do you mean?
It was Raccoon in a 16 cosplay. You didn't know?
Phononymic, but how do you know which one we're talking about?
This dude.
This is off the rails. This is going crazy.
Well, do you guys have anything on match 1 or?
Not really. I think you kind of just said what was. Well, I was just going to say like.
Cold showing off. They're going all in on ult spam this season with multiple ult spam members. So just be.
They're gonna be
ready.
scary. They're gonna be scary. I have a question for Destiny. I'm looking at this slide right now. Cooler's in the gift, but I think he's in the match. What happened there?
I can tell you right now, it's mostly so it doesn't hurt the eyes and not the fact that
Mm.
he's actually in the match.
Yeah, sometimes when you're
Okay.
looking for these gifts, you don't get very good options.
Yeah.
Respect. I respect the honesty. Thank you. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember Kai super well. Is
Cold
are
is
you in the
East.
same Kai as Cold, or are you guys separate?
Nah, we're in the same Kai. East Kai.
Yeah, pretty sure
Yeah?
they're both.
You ready for these guys then?
No, can we delete them?
They took
Please?
out Boojins, your favorite team.
Don't put that slander in my mouth. Fujins are the worst team in the league.
Yeah,
Whoa.
me too. I guess
Oh.
we're not the best.
Sheesh.
It's hard to hear you guys past all these medals, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, new season. Okay. Hey, remember season 10? Yeah, I do too.
The Boojins wasn't a team back then. We're considered a new team.
Oh, okay.
He is kind of right.
According to
They
staff,
were.
we do not count as the Boos anymore.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out in the main season, boys. I'm ready to talk about my team. Are you
Alright,
guys
well,
ready?
Let's move on to match number 2.
We can skip this match.
Sentai Squad versus the Androids. And Sentai Squad wins again. Not much to say here. Obviously,
You know,
they're just a better team, better characters, interesting
Mhm.
team. Have some interesting stuff going on.
You know, you're talking about your FA here, Anthony, but he did less than.
Let's look at
both of them.
Sentai's FA. Now look at that man.
Yeah.
And he's not even at
You
full
know-
power. He still had his shirt on in your match.
If we had more of the advanced stats up on the screen, you would see most of my characters throughout a lot of B2s. They just got dodged. That's just the nature of the game. It happens sometimes. Not every shot goes in. Yeah,
It sounds like
it
it's
happens.
there.
They're shooting them.
Isn't this like the third week in a row where 16 underperformed though?
Well, he's tune-up, guys.
He's combined the
He's
stats of his last 2 weeks to make this week. If he just keeps doing that, he'll exponentially get stronger. If you're lucky that he can do that. I just want to call out Sentai here on still not showing off Jiren. Gets
Yeah,
new character, never uses him. Watch him be FA benched for this season.
I did have
I
an
don't think the
informant in
league will
Sentai.
allow him to be.
They can do whatever they want. They can do that.
Technically, it is.
Technically, Oasis can FA bench Plate Piccolo all season. Will he? No.
Yeah.
But he can.
Don't put words in my mouth. You don't know what's going to happen.
Oh,
Just
hey.
throwing out theoreticals. You could do that. Will you do that? No. You could. They
Maybe.
could bench
Hey.
FA bench Jiren all season. Will they? Probably not.
Look, I think we can confidently say that this is probably the strongest lineup, considering it's 3 versus androids and 2 other people.
I don't know. It's kind of a weird match because stats-wise, you'd think androids would have won it, but when it came out to it, the EL of Birder allowed him to do a lot. Tau just keeping up with that crazy burst damage. Just kind of going, and this was an off week for Jace. So, which is funny because it was an on week for 16 in comparison to his previous counters.
Honestly, also an off week for Tay, man. He was doing decent the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think
For
this
real.
is.
I
I
mean,
think the
you know.
biggest thing to note is that Sentai has been coming out swinging in the preseason, and they're not even using their arguable best member. So it's an interesting outlook on how the series might be for them. That they got Jiren, but they may have also managed to finally fix some of the kind of interesting characters on their team.
Sentai's a strong team. They're definitely stronger than their previous incarnations. As a fellow South Kai member, I wish them luck as much as I can. It's a marathon, so I'll see you at week 15, and we'll see how we're looking then.
I mean,
Good job on your
ideally,
win, though.
I think you guys have different lineup in there too. Maybe not Cell, but maybe 19, because 19 probably handles their team a little better.
Probably.
They have
Yeah,
no
we-
androids, so you don't have to worry about him getting a bad matchup per se, or Giants.
Hey, maybe 19's on 16's build. Who knows? We're getting crazy here. Okay. It's a
Nah,
weird. It's a
Is he
weird
on
time.
Fuck It Trunks AI?
He's on the goated AI Krillin.
How
okay?
about if I bring
The
a pool
true-
out? I want to see attack plus 2, 19 this week.
Maybe we can make that work, but no collusion. No collusion here.
Are you sure about that?
I feel
No,
like
it's
if you
not just
talk-
fair.
I feel like if you talk to your coach, you're going to be saying yes.
I really like 17. The 17 brothers this match, they did really good. Tao should be a higher tier FA than he is, but
By the way, first time we saw Super 17 at all this preseason.
Yeah,
So-
that's been different.
Yes.
So, and already doing better than like most of his counterparts from last 2 seasons.
I mean, he's my avatar for a reason. I like the guy. He's shooting off B2s. They just weren't hitting.
Then why
It's
no
not his
electric
fault.
sphere?
Yeah, the real talk.
Well, look, that's a Capsule Cast after dark kind of question. For now, you keep it above board, guys. Okay.
I don't know. It makes sense that the walking trash cans for Avatar.
All right. I'm tired of this slander. I'm sick of the slander.
No, dude.
You only get that
Either
here in
way.
Capsule Cast.
Yeah, of course that Capsule Cast, bro. This is what you signed up for.
Yeah.
That's true. I put myself through this. I just can't wait to get to your guys' teams and see how well you fare.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can move on into our match 3, in which we have the Royals up against Derp. Royals obviously showing off that they do not need much of Vegeta this upcoming season, which will be quite scary.
Or Deborah. for
They have their
that
new
matter.
Royal member, the new King Piccolo and Tambourine. Decree it to be so. Obviously the best Namekian on the best team, so quite powerful. And then Derp, I wouldn't even say
And-
Derp's been doing bad. I know they're trying out Roshi, so you can't give them too much flack. They could certainly still be quite a threat. And I know these aren't even necessarily like their 100% builds, because as head tester, I've seen lots of builds from lots of teams. I can tell you that some are looking more like what they've stuck with, and others are a little more out there. So can't count Derp out. They're the third place team from last year, so they have a lot to throw. And if we've seen anything, Cold got into East Kai this season despite being 0-4 last season in preseason. So
True.
nothing is out of the
And,
woods yet.
preseason. Yeah, preseason, main season, and playoffs are all different animals. You might do well in 2 and bad in 1, or good in all 3 or bad in all 3. It just depends.
I mean, if you do bad in 2, then you might not even get to the 3rd.
That's true. That's true. That's a fair point. I have faith in Derp. I think once they find Roshi's niche, or just FA bench them and just go with their old squad from last year, they're going to find their pace and they'll be fine. Royals, obviously, are the favorites this year to do some big things. Yeah, they're looking
I
nice.
don't even know about that. I wouldn't say favorites this year. I say favorites. Definitely looking to be Cold at least.
I don't know,
They
bro.
actually-
They picked up like the third best
Bro.
Namekian Tambourine, so looking good.
Second best, bro. She's like the second worst.
Okay.
Followed by the only worst one, Slug. Easily.
I mean, I would say they got certainly a wilder comp. King Vegeta, Kaiju considered him like one of their weakest members, and obviously he's been performing so far. Slug, someone who certainly takes a lot of flack each season, doing well. Tambourine, I think you would even admit, isn't necessarily a bad character, just a frustrating character, because he kind of does one thing only, and so they're using him for that one thing, because to be honest, all Rails seem to do is build everybody like a spammer, so getting a melee character like him kind of slides in some Patara flexibility, but it's not like all that surprising. Because even like Deborah, who's looking good on that attack 2 EL build, has been running almost entirely super +1 EL, so
Sure.
Yeah.
I just wonder who they're going to bench. That's the real question.
Yeah. I doubt it's Majin Vegeta.
No.
I don't
My
know,
guess
dude.
is
my guess
Either
is
King or
Slug or King Vegeta, maybe even
Yeah.
Metacooler. Metacooler's not performing.
feel like they'll always keep him meta cooler. He's kind of just their poster child at this point, at least for me.
He's just he always seems to do the same thing every match. He's one of your, like, I like this guy because he's consistent kind of characters. You're not really
Nope.
expecting much else, so.
Yeah, he does the same thing every match, and he does it reliably.
Exactly. Like, I'm expecting Tambourine to win much. Not gonna lie.
You know, we can all have
Him
our own
and-
opinions.
There's the guy building Android 16 wrong. Okay.
Wow, wrong? I don't know. Man had a 130K performance last season. Any of your guys' characters did that before? Or?
But
Yeah, name's Late Piccolo.
Oh, that's crazy.
Anyways,
for
this
you.
priest showing us all about Android
It's
16.
preseason. We're finally seeing Kui consistently, and he's consistently a 40K character. And
Big Queen.
yeah, I mean, when you look at their team, Roshi maybe isn't doing well, but we know Supreme Kai and Hercule can hold it up, and everybody else did 40K. So Derp is looking to be pretty much what I predicted them for this season to be. Is that team that they have like they have their one character will pop off, and everybody else is just going to do their damage, and that's going to get them enough wins to do well. It's not going to be like I don't expect it to be like some 10-5 team, but I do think that like 8 or 9 wins are certainly a high possibility with the fact that they are very much able to get out those wins by purely just having members be consistent.
honestly,
That's
the
fair.
one that surprised me the most this preseason out of Derp is Dodoria, because it seemed he was struggling quite a bit last year, and he's just been consistently popping out like these 50K performances in the preseason.
Wanna know
Yeah.
why? It's the game Dende's finally.
So you
Also
think
has-
he needs the healing to be efficient?
Pretty much. But no, I agree with what Gore was saying. Derp is definitely has the roster to do very well. In fact, I expect him to get the East Kai this season. At
Yeah,
least.
I expect them to be able to hold out of South Kai if they're able to continue doing what they're doing, but it'd be one of those, they
Oh.
don't get to South Kai because they did awful. It would be because
They
everybody's
get-
doing good kind of thing.
Because everyone else just did better.
Yeah, everybody's doing their job. All right, well, Royals, start losing, please. Match number 4. We have Namek against Team Raccoon.
And then we're Raccoon Trunks.
Didn't you? Who won this one again? Was it Namek won it, right?
Yeah, Namek
Yes.
won it. Muscle was close, but because of like Garlic and Bojack not doing well, it cost them.
Yeah, that's not too surprising. And I don't remember what early Piccolo did, so that might just be he was only in for a little bit.
Oh no, he literally did nothing.
Yeah, I mean, Raccoon did a lot of damage, so he had to do it off somebody. Early Piccolo, obviously a character who's had limited screen time in the league, so you can't really say that this is... You can't really say what this is, because it's hard to say what his high points are, which is what we're hoping to see with a consistent season this upcoming season, is what can he push into, because we don't really have any basis to go off of. I mean, the rest of your team looking solid, doing exactly what you'd expect them to do, and hence getting the win out. In terms of muscle side, Garlic's been shaky for a while. I think it's part of why Suno was very happy to get the loan, because both teams were kind of like, this character's not bad, but not good, and Broly and Garlic, and maybe a switch of teams will get them working again.
You also have to consider Muscle can't have a limiter for free. So with 13 and Garlic in, they can't have EL, which Bojack likes a lot.
I mean, they can. Again, they also can just use a point on Broly's ring. It's not like he hasn't had pseudo 6-point builds before. Even on your guys' team, you've given him exquisite skill and he's never done a stun and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
he could still if they did want to make that work. But yeah, it's not exactly
I'm just happy
like...
after. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, it's not like... Yeah, it's not a guarantee that they will purposely 6-point him just to get the Broly's ring benefit of having EL still. But then again, they also were probably trying some stuff by having Bojack on non-EL build.
Honestly, Raccoon, like, the previous 2 weeks, he didn't really do up to what Muscle, I guess, wanted. But this week, he's proven why Raccoon can be a menace, why his build does work.
Well, his
For
build
him.
is updated this time.
This is-
Yeah.
What was that, Oasis?
I was gonna say, like, his build is different this time around. That plus tagging really is what led to him doing 80k.
Yeah, he was.
Honestly glad Raccoon is finally shining after
He took
years
off-
of being bad.
I think he always could be there. This build just fit him a little better. They took off the Ultra Divine water, but they still let him have the attack and Master Throw and stuff. He did have a little bit in there, I believe, to help with some spam. But for the most part, they were letting him have that extra health bar, and they didn't give him attack +2, so he still had his full defense +2, and it does show that these grab chain characters, it's why people are still worried, or were worried about Monstrous Arbons. It's the same idea of they can get the grab chains off. I mean, what are you gonna do, right? Like if your character doesn't do anything about it, they're just gonna lose half their health in like 2 to 3 grabs right away. And Raccoon, obviously, kit-wise, when you look at what he has in his kit, is just like probably one of the best ones the Sentai had access to.
He's False Courage,
False Courage,
course,
max
the
power
pose.
mode, barrage, beam,
Power
super
Body, and Max
explosive
Power
wave.
mode.
Like, just reading out like his B1s and B2s, it's fantastic. But obviously his use of them mixed with his slower than average melee has caused issues.
For both him on Sentai and Gold.
Similar example is like how androids dropped Aider for having too slow of melee, despite a great kit. What a weird decision.
We were told we cannot have Super 17 and 8 on one team. I was not there for that decision to drop which one, but that was the choice that was being made.
Yup. We'll go
Oh.
with that.
Destiny, I do have a question for you.
Mhm.
So, how did you feel when Muscle okayed the loan between Broly and Garlic? Or what even inspired that idea?
We were talking about it for a while in our team chat of what we wanted to do, and we did kind of decide we wanted at least Garlic for someone. And the only one we wanted for Muscle was Broly. Tell you at least Broly is performing better than Garlic.
I mean, it takes 2 to tango. I can tell you from talking with Ryan that they want to do loans like this every couple of seasons, so that way, like,
Nothing
their
is
team
boring.
stays fresh. Yeah. Because as is, they kind of just get the same stuff over and over.
Now, if you ask me, I'd totally be down like in a couple seasons to do Garlic for 13, just to spice it up.
That's not gonna happen because we're getting 13 first. But yeah, I appreciate your thoughts about that.
Not if I get 13 first.
I said in a couple seasons. It doesn't have to be strictly next season.
No, we're permanently getting 13 is what I'm getting at, my friend.
Not if I get him first.
Not if we just paint him pink and it becomes a boo.
Whoa, don't you use already green? This man's a Namekian.
I can't see green, my guy.
Oh, true. Speaking, I am so ready to talk about Broly and another green character and a lighter green character.
Alright, match number 5. We have Cinema and Kaiju. And yeah, I mean,
We got destroyed. I'll just say that.
it started off really good for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Pycon was taking it to Turles, but Turles was showing off his new build, what happens when he gets all of the melee Pataras that he could ever want. It led him to actually go from a deficit to a great spot. Scouter...
He tagged.
Yeah, Scouter showing off the new improved Scouter. Certainly was much more on the low scale level last season, struggling to even be a menace to anybody besides himself. And yeah, just totally turned that around with this new build on a lesser used AI as well, and it's really been able to put in work. Obviously, the free agent being adult Gohan, quite scary. They have a super 2 build. They just want him to get out there and spam those explosive Macaws, and they do a lot.
which is what he definitely did to our last character in Gogeta.
Yeah, I mean, Broly took a ton of damage very fast.
Mm-hmm.
Zangief showing her worth, still being a character that you can at least rely on to get some stats done, do the minimal that you'd expect of her. But Broly being a character who is quite divisive, and his builds have always been quite difficult to understand at times.
Quite difficult to express. I will say, though, he did get into a matchup we haven't really tested for him, which was Scouter Vegeta, so... I mean, I'm not saying that it could have gone better if he was against Adult Gohan, because Adult Gohan, again, just spans them, explodes them with Madons, and Broly kind of gets destroyed, but he was in a not favorable matchup with little info.
Destiny, I have a question for you. Your FA bench is looking a little weird this season because Zangief, the GOAT of your team, is performing up to par, and Broly looking a little shaky there. What's going on?
Zangief just got
Just curious.
favorable
Fellow
matchup,
Southside.
I guess.
Mm.
We're still trying to figure out what Broly needs, and yeah.
Just saying.
Look,
like
as
his
long
Zangief.
as you're not benching, right? As long as you're not benching anyone over Zangief, or let me rephrase. As long as Zangief is in the FA bench, we'll all be
Zangief, Pasha, those are your two
Well,
locking.
tell you, and Dora knows this very well. Turles is doing me proud.
Yeah. Turles is
Even
really
though
good.
he's on another team, he's doing me proud.
Kaiju's a sleeper, man. They're gonna get second place in South Kai. I already see it. They're going far.
Yeah, Sentai first, Androids last.
No. Androids first, South, and then Kaiju second. You know.
What's your
They
record?
They beat you without Jiren though.
They beat me without Jiren. This preseason, guys. Why are we getting so caught up? I love preseason as much as the next guy, but we're all just testing some stuff out right now. It's not the main league, you know. We could talk week 14 when we have these matches again. And we'll see where everybody stands.
Anyway.
How are
yeah.
you feeling about going to the main season?
What was that again?
How you feel? How does your team feel about going into the main season?
I am terrified.
Really?
I don't know about my coach, but I am absolutely terrified.
But why?
One, I mean, coming off of a season with a 10-loss streak ain't fun. And plus, when your characters are not wanting to perform, Broly, yeah, it does get kind of scary, especially when some of those characters you paid Zenny for.
Listen, I already know you're frustrated because the one character that performs every week is Zangief, and that's the one character you don't want to see perform.
Zangief's the GOAT, dude. She's the GOAT.
She's supposed to be our backup. Not our main.
She's the starter, bro.
She's the lead actress in your short flick of the South Kai Chronicles. I'll tell you what.
Best supporting actress? No. None of that.
No. Our lead actress is
You're
Super
Jesse
17.
Pinkman. She was supposed to die in season 1, but she's still here.
Got too popular. She's got her own movie now. It's crazy. Can't wait to see Zangief and El Camino.
Honestly, Bardock didn't even need to come in this match. Gohan just selfish tagged.
Yeah, but luckily the stats from preseason don't really affect the main season, so it won't matter.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait for All Stars. That's gonna be a trip too. Woo!
Otherwise, we would have a rest in peace slide coming in once the main season starts, and we start having that. So.
Oh yeah, I gotta do those. I forgot about those.
Well, that's because the stats don't matter for preseason. They don't count towards main season.
I know.
Main season. Well, let's get on to match number 6 here. We have the Resurrected Warriors versus Team Budokai, and yeah, I mean, I think Anthony and I have talked about it. Budokai has got some interesting shenanigans going on there. And obviously RW is still RW. Despite Yajirobe pulling his normal, what would probably be his average by the end of the season, 35k, and Vegeta and early Goku still showing off why they are just so scary. And they're so scary that even though Ader was in the match, he didn't show up.
He didn't need to. This is classic RW right here. 2 characters and we'll beat you anyway. Your best lineup? Nah. We're just better. That's what I'm used to from RW. Unfortunately, Budokai had to be the losers this week, but they got 16. Ooh, 18. A lot of potential there. Vegeto's always good.
Man,
Yeah.
mixing up your androids now? Jeez.
You'd think he's
you know,
not a
they're
real
all my
Android
kids.
supporter.
After a while, you just start. They're all the same. Melee,
They're
spammer.
all the same.
They're all the
Oasis,
same.
you hearing
Hear
this?
this guy?
You hear this guy?
What do you mean they're all the same?
Like they talk about Team Namek and Bujins all being the same. No, androids all the same. Nothing different about them.
They all have different personalities, so does Namek. Bujins is just, it's a Boo that is through different forms, not
Yeah,
like
well, we're not
separate androids.
hosting a personality contest, okay? I'm trying to win.
And it looks like you're doing a bad job at that too. Come on, man.
But,
Wow. All right.
Yeah,
I mean, there's not much to say. Budokai, I mean, 18 still doing her thing. Vegito, disappointing. Videl, I mean, she's a glass cannon. You gotta hope. And Cyborg Tao, Blades hasn't existed for a while, so he's out of his glory days. He's that old player you have that's a big name, and you hope that carries him.
The old vet.
Yep.
Budokai, I think you need to give him the free agency. Maybe another team can pick him up. Not saying anything, just putting it out there. Some suggestions.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say if Budokai won this, they'd be favorites to win the whole thing. I don't know why.
I mean, I think RW finally just realized that General Blue being in not really worth it, and then they put in my opinion, their second strongest lineup and still 3-man team with it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Because Maju was still out this week.
Oh, I forgot about Maju. Ugh.
You forget Maju, dude.
How could I? I didn't forget about Dre. I forgot about Maju. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Destiny. Before we move on, I want to say Pulsing Goku. It's my favorite gift so far.
Yeah, these are really hard to find.
No, it's my
Good
favorite.
call.
No, I know. It's just like
I mean, they don't need to be gifts if you can't find stuff. It's not that big a deal.
No, this is better. I don't want to I want him to fucking pulse.
All right. Well, match number 7.
yeah, that's 7.
We have GT against Hybrids, and yeah, kind of didn't even. It started good for GT. Is the sad part. Like it was like, oh hey, Grandpa Gohan finally getting the spotlight, taking out Nam, looking kind of nice, but yeah, I mean, pretty much died instantly to a future Gohan ult, and future Gohan kept doing. He's in form we haven't seen from him, maybe even ever, but doing quite good. And then Sword Trunks, complete 180 from last season. There's no apologies to him. He is the man now. And Relu just popped off, giving pretty much no chance to most of GT there.
Before anything else, I swear I fixed this earlier, but the stats for Grandpa Gohan and Jiro should be switched. Jiro did the 40k.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Congratulations to
Oh,
Jiro.
that makes me feel a lot better. Okay, let's go.
That's right. I forgot in general chat that they were talking about that. Yeah, Jiro, 40k, finally doing his job. But
Big Jiro.
I
think
that's
he
what
had
I
to
get
go
from doing the...
elite for his team to win by the time he came in because he was the last member against
I'm pretty sure because
Sword Trunks and
Ultimate Gohan was still alive too.
Yeah.
But yeah, from what I heard, this was really a Future and Trunks show, but Nam's still doing near his 40k.
Yeah. I mean, Shinjuan just still. I mean, I know they have a few AIs and they've been trying
Mhm.
some, and they should be able to land on one because that build worked for them last year, and in 4v4 testing it worked. So we know it can work. It just obviously he hasn't quite hit that spot quite yet right now, which is bizarre. But it is
That'll-
preseason, so you can't take any of this too seriously.
Mhm.
I think the biggest surprise here was probably Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta just totally not doing
Oh,
anything, and the defense mine is certainly not happy against the Super Plus of Sword Trunks, so you can chalk it up to just getting totally nuked out, but I think a lot more is expected from that guy.
Mhm.
it
So,
was-
yeah, gotta hand it to hybrids. Like, I'm really happy that they got like Future working on the spam, Trunks working on quite a few builds. 'Cause I remember he was working on melee. He was working on melee,
Mhm.
but they had to move it because of Nom and
And
Ultimate.
he's on the N Vegeta tech.
Yeah,
He literally
and now
just
it,
took on his dad's build and it works.
That I can
yeah.
do everything tech.
Yeah, pretty much.
hmm I mean, he is kind of a character who can.
Yeah.
So, yeah, certainly not super great for GT, but they're certainly not out of it. Didn't see GT Goku or Baby, who have both been having really good
And
preseason so far.
and honestly, this is how the GT ride goes. They don't do good early, but then they pop off later, and that's when it
Yeah.
matters.
What matters is Jiro is looking pristine. So, you know, he's looking nice. I'm proud
If
of
he
him.
can hold out, it'd be quite good for his team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'll pretty much do it for this. Let's get on to the final match of our preseason week 3, the Earth Defenders against Rugrats. And yeah, I think Ryan said it best on stream. We have the people defending Earth against a bunch of children, and the children did not quite hold out. I wouldn't even say there's any like super standout performances. Krillin did quite well, but
I mean,
I don't know. I think that was more of a fault of Rugrats, because Krillin's always gonna do. He's the 40k character. He's always gonna come in and do the same thing, and if you don't stop him, then he'll just keep doing it. So
I mean, even with how this match like started with it and everything, it still ended with Aureli versus Midku with like a bar difference.
yeah,
Yeah. Big
Kid-
Kid Trunks over there.
Kid Trunks. I believe he was on the ult spam build, right?
I believe so.
Yes.
Should be.
Fusions were on this week, but Goten got KO'd too quickly for them to fuse, so it was just Trunks.
I think that's the
Very-
first time I've ever seen that happen.
I've seen it
Yeah.
happen a few times. I think it's one reason why they're starting to move away from it is not even necessarily that it's weak, but that it's like it doesn't seem to happen anymore.
Yeah.
Goten, while being pretty much on his main build, for some reason when fusions are on, he just like totally goes off, like just does absolutely nothing.
I mean, look at his profile picture. He's bashful. He's embarrassed. He didn't mean to do 20k, but, Krillin had to show him the business. Earth Defenders, solid Northside team. Gonna be good this season. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I
Yo,
mean,
I'm sorry. This gift is really taking my attention. Destiny, where did you find this?
Google.
Yeah, this GIF is sensational too.
This is from the
you gotta
Bojack.
pat your bald guy on the head.
That's his team. Give him some love after the game.
So
They're totally not falling into the water. They're all going into Earth Defenders. Just watch. See?
Yeah, this is their Earth Defender pool. Come on, they had a pool in their locker room. You didn't know?
Yeah,
They are
they're all
going.
they're all patting Krillin.
Mm-hmm.
well, that will do it for the match discussions. Rugrats will obviously potentially be a lot different when the season gets going, and Earth Defenders doing what they do. Same build, same everything. Just going at it again. In terms of our kind of rankings, and this is based on performances done for the week, just to give a quick scope on kind of characters that performed about the same. You got your bald men in the 60K, your strange men in the 70K.
Strange, man.
And then
Yeah.
you got Raccoon and the Kid Bubblegum at the highest.
Yeah, I mean, pretty fair spread of characters. It'll be interesting to see as the season goes on, if these are kept up with averages, if like that forward like it becomes like a bell curve, where there's a lot of characters in the 40 range. So obviously there's a lot more
Right.
in the lower range right now,
That
but it could
20K
be.
tier is crazy. That 20K tier is crazy looking.
I like how
Big
the
Goku,
the did
Vegeta,
not fight
Tap.
characters are above the less than 20K characters.
You know, gotta make them feel really bad if they did less than 20K, right?
Yeah, I don't really have too much to say here. Preseason, hard to take any of this super serious. But in terms
Yeah.
of the predictions, which is the arguable longer section, we have GT and Derp to start us, and I believe both are 0-3. So good news. One team will have
Oh,
a win by the end
and
of
one will be
preseason.
0-4.
The
Let's
other will be
go.
0-4. Now the question is, which team do we think will bring out the guns to try to get that win, and which one will keep testing? From what I would say, I think GT might be able to pull out the win here, just because I think Derp still want to see if Roshi is worth bringing off the FA bench.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna give
Honest,
it to GT, and if I think it's just straight up if they have someone like Baby in, and he doesn't match up against Hercule, it is just gonna be really hard
I
for Derp to handle him.
honestly, yeah, I'm gonna have to go with GT. I just think GT has gotten unlucky with matchups with
That's fair.
for a lot of their losses because like Sin isn't a character that should be being killed right off the bat, but he's just been getting very bad matchups that can kill him right off the bat.
Yeah, it's been a tough ride for Sin so far, but I'm gonna say Derp. I'll be different. I think Derp. I think Hercule can be very, very, very good this week. I think Dodoria, if he's in, he's gonna do his 50K. And Kui and big prediction, Kui and Supreme Kai will round it out, and they'll do their 35K and wrap it up.
I mean, I have to agree. I think Derp's going to take it. I feel like Derp is literally just the better team at the moment. Because JT seems to be struggling to figure out what to do, and especially in terms of Grandpa Gohan and Jiro. And it seems like Vegeta now. On Derp, they have their characters set. They just need to get the matchups correct. So Derp should have an easy time with this.
Well, pretty even split, but then again, both 0-3. It's kind of hard to say. Both teams have had their moments and have not had their moments so far in the preseason, and Ian can't even take that for granted as that's what's going on in the main season. So next up, we have Resurrected Warriors and Hybrids. Both teams, I believe, are like 2-1. RW might be 3-0 if I remember correctly. They're both basically having a good preseason so far. So in terms of that, they could both pull this out, but I think if they both come out at least somewhat swinging, it'd be RW, but I think RW are still going to be messing around a little bit with, I don't know if they'll bring out General Blue, but I think they're still going to be trying to get some of their other characters like Yajirobe going, which might give Hybrids enough if they decide to go all out. So it's hard to say. Obviously, main season, I see both these teams throwing it all in here to try to get that win, though it'll also be week 15, so they might not. I don't know. This one's a hard one. Both teams looking quite
It is.
good. I think I'd have to go with Hybrids, though, just due to their recent swing of form.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to. Well, this is a hard one, especially after this week when both teams had a character not come out. Well, I'm going to have to go with Hybrids.
All right. I'm taking RW. I want that Majub Aider combo, Wombo combo. I really respect Hybrids. I think they're gonna do good things, but I think RW is gonna end it off with a. They were 1-2 this week, so they're gonna be 2-2 next week. I think.
I would say RW as well. As long as they don't bring in General Blue, I think they'll definitely top it out.
All right, well, somewhat of an even split. Kind of, sort of. I think it's just one of those. It'll be interesting. It's going to really come down to, is there a team that really wants this win and pulls out more of their kind of heavy hitters, or not? Because they both could certainly just go all out with their strong teams, or not. On to match 3, we have Royals and Rugrats R and R. I mean, I think it's quite obvious to give it to Royals because they've been winning a lot, 3-0 obviously, and they haven't even had Majin Vegeta in. And I think Rugrats are going to keep trying to test out Gotenks just because, like, this is like their only time they can do it with no consequence. And we've seen how that's gone so far. But even if they don't, I don't know. It's just gonna be an awkward time. I think they're a little out of form right now, and the Royals are on a better form than they've been in a while, and they won the league last year, so it's quite scary.
Yeah, I gotta agree. Royals are going 4-0 in the preseason, and that's just how they're gonna be. So, yeah.
Yeah, Royals then. Hate to see it.
Definitely going to say Royals, but if they do bring in Majin Vegeta, it could cost him because he hasn't been in a match.
You
But
know,
he hasn't
I think.
changed. This isn't like
Yeah, I think
yes, but so. But yeah, Royals.
Well, pretty decisive sweep. It's nothing against you, Tosh, but
nope.
You're kind of going against one of the teams that have been looking the best so far. Any other team, maybe more votes for you, but it's probably the one team that's going to be extremely difficult. So, moving on to our halfway point, Earth Defenders and Namek. This one could certainly go either way as well. I think both teams are having a pretty good run of form. Neither really did any massive changes in their lineups in terms of what their characters do. It's really just the Tambourine thing's the biggest thing, but even saying that, I don't think that's like quite enough to make this definitive one way or another, because you could just pretend like he's just not in the match as well. That's really a big thing. I don't know. I might have to give it to Namek. I think ED is doing good, but they are certainly having to rely on some big things to happen from their guys, where I think Namek's had a little more variety in characters popping off. So, go with Namek.
I will go with... Oh. You can go Destiny. I went before you last time.
I was going to go with ED actually, because I've seen it from what it looks like. A lot of the characters are performing up to what ED wants them to, but like early Piccolo has not really done anything. So if Oasis brings early Piccolo in, I think that can be bad for him.
Business. I agree. Everything you said, Destiny, I 100% agree. ED don't have a bad character, and Namek has, early Piccolo. They like him for some reason, but I guess we should talk to the coach, right, to get his thoughts. What are you thinking, Oasis?
I mean, this is going to be an easy sweep, in my opinion. Although, I do find it funny you don't know like him, considering you had him as an FA last season. But
yeah, I mean,
that's not
we used him like 1 week, and he did okay.
You used him for like 5 weeks.
Did we?
Whole season, probably.
Yeah, we didn't make the playoffs, so I just forgot about that season.
It wasn't even because of early Piccolo. You can't say that.
He didn't go elite, so he didn't really help us, huh? We still lost when he was in.
I mean,
so.
But 16 went elite. 16 went elite, and you didn't either. So.
16's a permanent member. I can't disrespect him. I can disrespect early Piccolo all day long.
Anyway.
Whoa.
Last season, Anthony has something to say to you.
Yeah, last season Anthony has something to say.
It's new androids now, okay? Different attitude, different, approach to the game.
Different FA, different confidence.
Exactly.
They got downgraded in FA and think they're better. Weird.
Whoa, Tapion did 80K last week. Did we forget?
Yeah,
Or
but he
what?
did
No,
22.
20K.
He did
I saw.
20 like this week. Yeah,
He missed,
technically,
he missed the easiest
technically,
hole in the game to hit. Okay, he's trash.
There's
yeah,
only so much health, okay? Not
te-
everybody can do 80K, okay?
technically, week 3 is last week for us.
Exactly.
If we're talking about this current moment,
Not every character can do 80K, okay? Some people got to take a back seat. That's just what he did this week.
And that's why Andrew's
Anyway.
22 right now. So Navik's gonna take this. Don't worry. Don't worry. I will never let down Dor, especially when he votes for me.
so that's a split.
A lot of
Yeah.
splits.
Well, that's what happens when you have an even number of people.
Mhm.
On to the next match. We have Boojins and Cinema, and yeah, outside of my team, Cinema obviously just in a very rough run of form. This might be the one time that Destiny votes against his team because he'd be like, yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do, but you never know. It's still his team.
Now, I would vote for my team, but I know how much your team tested against 3 of my characters, and how much 2 of them just beat the ever-living god out of 2 of them. So, I have to go the Boojins on this one. Not that I don't have confidence in my team, it's just testing kind of proves they have what can beat the opponents that I have.
I'll say this: if Cinema put in the GOAT Zangia, easily they beat Boojins. Not even a question. She'll beat them by herself.
All right, someone disconnected.
If she's not in the match, then I gotta go Boojins. So I guess for now I'll say Boojins, but I reserve the right to switch if Zangia's on the field. I'll just say that.
Thankfully,
Alright,
this is before builds are due, so yeah, I ain't seeing shit.
Exactly.
What if a pool's in?
See,
Yeah,
untested,
you're going to deny the Super Plus 2
Zang-
Right here, I could put
Zangia-
in Super Plus 2,
Listen.
KSA, we'll get him in there going full powers.
Zangia is a proven GOAT. A pool has yet to prove himself yet, so I don't know.
Actually, he has. Look at last season.
I'm looking at this season, and this season he hasn't made an appearance. Zangia has appeared. Okay,
Thanks.
she
Say
is the
the same
GOAT.
thing about your electric hellspheres.
Hey, coincidence? Super 17 and
Hey,
Zangia both pop off on the same week.
You can't prove it's bad if you never use it.
You're right.
He's got a point. He's got a point. Anywho, Blue just probably gonna win this. Sorry, Destiny.
What do you mean? Sorry, I voted for them. What do you mean?
I'm sorry, Destiny.
But yeah, I just also isn't this the second time that I faced you in week 15? Or
Yeah, I think so.
I'm
Rig.
pretty sure.
Rig.
I'm pretty sure you're always like one of the last teams for my team to face.
Destined
Stop being in
rivals.
South Guy and that won't happen.
I wasn't
Oh.
even in South Guy. I was in East and West the first 2 times.
Just don't be in
Oof.
South Guy and it won't happen.
Bro, this sounds like Rig to me. DoorGuard
Man,
using his
wait,
powers.
did Cinema progressively go down in Kai over the seasons?
Yes. We started on East Sky when we were made. We went to West 2021, and now we're in South.
Dang. Well, at least you didn't drop off hard.
Hey, that means you're just going to North this season.
It
can.
happens. But yeah,
Yeah.
moving on to our 6th match, we have Budokai and Sentai. I mean, it's just Sentai, I think.
Yeah.
They're not even using Jiren. They're kind of in that same boat as Royals, where they're not even using their strongest statistical member when you look at damage numbers that they can do. And Budokai's got some weird Pog tech that they think's super cool, but I think it's just kind of messy.
Actually, I feel like this could go either way. I'm still giving it to Sentai, but Budokai has the members that could cash out, like Jace and Saiyaman if they are both in and still not performing. But we also seen both of them perform, so I'm just giving it to Sentai.
I will go Budokai, and not because I'm bitter about Sentai. I want Budokai to put in Kid Goku, and if Kid Goku is in, he'll beat Sentai. I mean that unironically, he will. So if you want this win, Budokai, trust me, you got this. If not, the Sentai will probably win. So
Well, it will be
So here I'm
interesting.
thinking it's probably going to be Sentai, yes, but if Budokai puts in Videl and Videl spams Academic Strike, then and she's able to take out Burger or Saiyaman, doesn't matter which one, they'll have a chance.
remember how Zangia's the GOAT? Videl's the false prophet. She was the false GOAT that everybody believed in. No, no, no. It's Zangia. Videl, false prophet.
Which one has a ring on their finger? That's all I have to say.
Listen, when you're on the best team, you might get a ring or two. You know, it's just hard to debate that. If Zangia was on that team, she'd get a ring, you know. But
Oh, that's Cap.
What?
I'm sorry, I don't think
Oh,
they
I thought
made
you
to the
meant like an
finals.
actual ring on her finger. Technically, she could be married.
Zangia could be married.
No, not her. Talk about
Like,
Videl.
listen, what's her relationship status? Do we know?
Bojack killed her.
Hating.
I
Deceased.
mean,
Oh,
life only.
Relationship status deceased.
Listen, we know there's an
murder.
afterlife in DBZ. Okay, maybe she's having a great time wherever
Wait,
she is. Okay?
anyway, we're on Sentai. Why are we talking about my team?
I thought you were the same team. My bad.
All right, I'm hit out.
Anywho, Dora, take us to the next match.
All right. Well, moving on to the 7th match, we have Kaiju and Muscle. And in seasons past, you'd probably immediately say Muscle, but with how things are going this season, I'm gonna go with Kaiju. They obviously
Yeah.
got all their guys firing on full cylinders. I don't even think we've seen. We didn't see Nappa last week, but in the week we did, he did
Well,
like 60K, and obviously,
yeah, he
did a
was
lot
in
the game.
he was in the first week. The only one we haven't seen is of course Pilaf, but yeah. But I'm going to have to give it to Kaiju for the same exact reasons.
Big Kaiju, shout out Nappa. We love Kaiju over here in Androids. I hope you win this week, brother. You got this.
Yeah, it's gonna be Muscle. Muscle's got this. I have a feeling that Ryan or Iron Fist or both are going to take this seriously, put in Android 13, and then just murder everyone.
I mean, they certainly can. I don't think there's anything that stops them from doing that. But at the same time, like, you could say Kaiju doesn't have their heaviest hitter in at the same time.
It's monkey season. Get ready.
Could be.
Look, man, I'm just saying, Kaiju's heaviest hitter is definitely worse than Muscle's heaviest hitter.
I mean, but that's just their heaviest hitter, not everyone else on the team.
Right.
I think it's going to be a weird match because both these teams have done very different things each season. So there is no like. I think this might be one of the most exciting matches to see because it's going to be really quite out there. Just like RW and Hybrids, it's just like these teams seem or feel like they might be very evenly matched at the current moment in time.
You know, if Nappa comes on the field, he'd be facing a team that he could go to.
Theoretical in a different future.
In
Yeah.
a different market.
Y'all forget that Muscle's full of power body breakers. So Kaiju transforms, once or twice.
Oh,
That'd
they
be a
aren't.
huge advantage for Muscle.
They aren't until like 13 transforms. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
they only have, I think, Big 13 and maybe Big Bojack. They lost Broly.
I
Garlic
don't.
can't unless he's in
Big-
max power, and
Big
Raccoon
Bojack
can't unless he's in max power.
That's
Well,
all
I
you
mean,
need.
same thing with Trunks.
Yeah, I think they all require max power mode. I think they don't
The
have any natural power body breakers, so they will struggle.
the only two that are 13 and Big Broly, I believe, and they lost one.
Yes, their two win cons have power body breakers. That's all I needed to hear. Muscle's got this.
Well, on to the finals match. Cold are getting a bye, so it'll be interesting to see what they test in their bye. And what do they get away with?
Mm,
Yeah,
Well-
get your jokes out. Come on, your predictions, everybody. Let's hear them.
Anthony,
Cole's got this.
Anthony,
Hmm?
is there electrical sphere?
Just for you, Destiny? No, there won't be.
Damn, I thought he was going
And
to
we're still winning. We're still gonna win this match.
Well, I'm still going to have to give it to Cole because right now, 16 is looking like not performing. And honestly, other than the 80k that Tapion did, so is Tapion. while Cole can, even though in technicality, androids could stop Cold from doing their ult spam because they get on your face. Cold can just launch them ults still.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting.
I wish
Smash.
X-Mat luck. I wish Cold luck, but Android's easy win. Can't wait to see you guys here next week.
As we see androids 1 and 4, yes. Don't worry. Or 1.
All right, well, that will probably do it for the week. I think at the end of next week, we might do some predictions on where teams might fall by the end of the season, because it'll be the final season of preseason, and we'll have 4 matches to at least attempt to predict, even though I can pretty much say for a fact that most teams did testing for the preseason, so it's not even to say that this is what they're going to do in the main season. But yeah.
And
You guys have
in
any
main
final
season, there's
remarks?
actual. Well, in main season, there's also actual matches we have to pay. Not matches. Benches we have to pay attention to now. 'Cause,
Yes.
in preseason, benching rules didn't matter.
Yep.
But no, I think that's all for me.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, we're good to go.
All right, Captain Door.
With that, this has been the Dragon Ball Z League Season 2022 Capsule Cast for preseason week 3. As always, check down in the description below for links to the Discord, the website, the Twitter, and the TikTok. Also, please remember to leave comments down below of any questions, anything you'd like, or in terms of what do you like, or what you'd like to see, or really anything. You leave any comments as long as it's not random bot comments. We prefer not that. And of course, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring the bell icon if you want to be more updated on when the episodes for CapsuleCast, the League, and the streams happen. With that, I've been DoorGuard.
I've been Destiny.
I'm Anthony.
And I'm Oasis.
And we'll catch you guys next time. Da 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 da.